I'm from the class of TBI. In this video, I will explain about the stages of language acquisition in children at the stage of the acquisition of morphology and syntax. Okay, before discussing the stage of language acquisition in children at the stage of acquisition of morphology and syntax, I will explain the introduction to language acquisition in children and the role of morphology in language acquisition. So, uh, introduction to language acquisition in children. Language acquisition is a complex and remarkable process that occurs during early childhood. It involves the gradual development of various linguistic skills, including vocabulary, grammar, phonetic, and morphology. This section, I will provide an overview of the importance of language acquisition and its impact on a child's overall cognitive and social development. And morphology is the study of the internal structure of words and how words are formed. Okay, it's play a crucial role in language acquisition as the children gradually learn to manipulate and use different morphemes to convey meaning. This session will delve into the significance of morphology in building a child's vocabulary and understanding the structure of language. Okay, now move to the stage. Stage 1, single words. Children start using words to express their thought and feeling. They usually begin with simple nouns like mama or dada. They also learn to use gestures and facial expression to convey their meaning. So, what does it mean? This stage is crucial for developing a child's vocabulary. Children start so associating objects with words and learn to use them in context. Parents should encourage this behavior by labeling objects and responding to their child's attempt at communication. Stage 2, plural and simple emphasis. For example, uh, Mom, I have two feet. In this stage, children learn about plurality and the concept of adding suffixes to words. They make simple mistakes such as goes instead of guess. They also start using preposition and pronouns. Stage 3, basic grammar. Children start using verb in the correct tense and forming question. Stage 4, sentence construction. Children learn to combine words and construct sentences in the right order. They also start using more complex adjectives and adverb it describe things. So, what does it mean? In this stage, children can better express themselves and convey their thought more clearly. They also understand the concept of subject, verb, object, and how to use it correctly. Stage 5, complex morphology. Children learn more complex word formation processes such as prefixes, suffixes, and blends. They also start using idiomatic expression and more abstract concepts. This stage is exciting as children can express themselves in more much ways and understand jokes and puns. So, understanding the different stage of language acquisition can help parent and teacher understand how to best support their child development. It is important to create a supportive environment where children can explore and experiment with language.
If we ever broke up, I'll never be sad. Think about everything I thought we had if we ever broke up.
If I have previously explained about the language acquisition at the stage of morphology, now I will explain about the stage of language acquisition in children, the stage of the acquisition of syntax. In this bab, we will explore the stage of language acquisition in children, focusing on the acquisition of syntax. We will discuss the development of sentence structures and grammar, as well as the factors that influence this process. Understanding how children acquire language is crucial for educators and caregivers. Okay, move to the early stage of language acquisition in children, the stage of syntax. Uh, the first, the first pre-linguistic phase or babbling. During this stage, effect produce various sound and syllables such as go and ba to create a form of communication. This experimentation is essential for language development and help in fact distinguish between different phonetic and sounds. And the second, holoplastic or one word stage, use of single word to convey meaning. At this stage, children start using single word to express whole ideas and not just individual object. For examples, yes can refer to I want that, although their vocabulary is limited. They can express themselves through inflection and gestures. Okay, now I will explain about the later stage of language acquisition. According to the doctor says, the more that you read, the more thing you will know. The more that you learn, the more place you will go. Okay, the first later stage of language acquisition, two-word stage, combination of two words to form simple sentences. At this point, children start combining two words to create basic phrase and sentences, such as "Mark milk" or "Daddy go." They may not use correct grammar yet, but they understand the meaning of this phrase and how they fit together. And the second later stage of language acquisition is telegraphy stage, construction of short, grammatically simple sentence. During this stage, children begin to speak in simple, grammatically correct sentences with a subject, a verb, and object. They usually auxiliary verb that do not affect the meaning of the sentence. For example, me me one cookie or she ran fast. So, understanding the stage of language acquisition in children and the stage of syntax acquisition is critical for those who work with children, such as caregivers, teacher, and speech pathologists. As young children are not yet fully proficient in speaking, it can be a complex process to communicate with them. Educators need to communicate effectively with children, creating an environment that fosters language development and growth. Further research and resources are available to help support educators and caregivers in fostering early childhood language development. I think my explanation is now here. If there are any mistakes from me, please forgive me. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.